Hudson and Arquez take a seat, and the Latvian contingent move in, Elksnis and Bankovic. Montfort to Jackson Cartwright.
Oh, lucky. That's a nice play again. Well paired up. PJC found Lamonte Flanagan cutting through, lovely. Tough D there with Fuller. He's got one in the face for his troubles.
Flanagan looking slightly pained as well. Ring in his right hand, which I suspect is what made contact with Fuller's face. Fuller takes a seat, replaced by David Ulf. Flanagan sinks the first. Second one, thinks about it and decides in Flanagan's favour.
Doesn't look to have caused him too many problems.
James Jones out to his brother, whose little jumper is good. Then Montfort finds Hayes. Nice little adjustment there. Just finger rolls the ball over the rim for two. Catches.
And Montfort turning provider again. Saw Hayes on the cut through. He gets through for the M1. Coach Burns.
I understand you might be having some problems here in the commentary, and we'll get the team to take a look at it as we go on. Hopefully it will improve. Hayes' free shot misses. Bankovic. Bankovic, as he so often does on this court, finds his spot and slides home a three.
It's one guy they've got to keep Phoenix have got to keep a tight leash on. Sheffield found that to their cost at the first half on Friday night. Scored 12 first half points, including back-to-back triples 3 times.
Hayes manages to get a shot up and over Elksnis to bring the lead back to momentarily back to 7, but Elksnis goes down the other end and is given time and space to bank home 2 of his own. Jackson Cartwright puts the ball out to Hayes again. Off balance, but still manages to get a shot off.
Big crowd of players to get through in that key there.
Ulf does well there to ride the illegal challenge and slot the ball home. And substitutions are called. Ulf will go to the line for 1. Ocherobia and Lufadeju making their first appearances. Ulf's shot is a bit too heavy, hits the back of the rim and bounces out. Ball's loose. James Jones can't control it and it runs out. Phoenix will inbound.
Bit unfortunate, James Jones there. Did well to intercept it, ran away from him.
Ocherobia with a screen there for Jackson Cartwright to unleash his three-point shot, which is good. It is out to Bankovic again.
This is certainly a test this evening to see how far Jack Hudson has come on. Coach Burns, a lot of faith in him. Pick up the matchup of PJC. Well, it was certainly going to be the Jones brothers' job, but he seems confident enough he can do that.
Gets the ball back, Hudson. His shot is short.
Oh, making a nuisance of himself inside. Picks up the and one before. It's DeMonte Flanagan to pick up his second foul. This time it's PJC picking up his first. Ulf on the line for two.
It's David Ulf again. This one's short. Second one, even shorter.
Fortunately for the Phoenix, he's unable to capitalise from the spot, from the stripe, I should say. None from three in them 2 visits. Wonder whether Dizzy will claim the assist on that one.
Bodies all over the place in the key there, but the coolest head around was Jackson Cartwright.
Bobbled off Disraeli's head straight into Parker's hands.
Ocherobia unable to adjust and get his shot off accurately. Jones puts Hudson in. He gives the ball out to Ulf, who can't adjust his feet quickly enough and is called for a travelling violation.
Was well stood there by Jalen Hayes, Mike Ocherobia. Completely blocked the path. For David Ulf there.
Gordon
Forced him into the travel.
finds Lufadeju. And Lufadeju is going to be called for an intentional foul there.
Last goal. PJC having his own pocket pick this time by Jack Hudson.
Yeah.
Certainly stepping up to the task asked of him.
So Hudson is on the line. Sinks the first one. Possession will revert to the Giants immediately afterwards, as it was called as intentional. Hudson won that particular matchup with Jackson Cartwright.
Oh, what a great move from Hudson. How do you get that? Absolute crowd of players there, off balance.
Yeah.
Somehow managed to get a left-handed layup in. Fabulous finish from young Jack Hudson, and he's certainly making his mark on this game.
Yeah. He certainly isn't playing like he was in Liverpool 1.
No.
Liverpool in NBL 1,
Yeah.
which he started the season in.
He's not overawed by the task of the player marking the player of the month either.
Yeah. Callum Jones to Elksnis, finds Bankovic.
Barry Gordon's got to get a lot closer to Ingus Bankovic. Give him any room and he's going to punish you.
That is absolutely his characteristic move as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. Gets his own back.
Yeah.
Catches Bankovic asleep. Little backdoor cut. Found lovely by PJC.
Drives past Ocharobia. Gives the ball out to Elf, who's
got on the wrong side of his marker there.
Yeah, just about got his feet into positions and slid the ball over the ring. Cartwright out to Sayers. Long two called as. So Bankovic lines it up again. This time he's long and Sayers pulls down the rebound. Offensive foul called there. Hudson again standing up to Jackson Cartwright, drawing the charge. 27 seconds left of the first quarter. Phoenix 28-23 on the high side. Lufadeju trying to put Hudson under pressure. Bankovic. Elksnis lines it up. And Sayers makes the rebound. And drawing the intentional foul as well.
That's right. Doing PJ see some of his own medicine after he stole the ball off him.
Sayers' shot misses and Callum Jones pulls down the rebound. Hudson again making the play, finds Elksnis on the wrong side of his defender. Has the relatively straightforward task, just laying the ball in. 28-25. Gordon from deep. Giants clean up again. And Callum Jones. Bankovic.
Oh, great turn.
Elksnis leaves Gordon in his wake and narrows the gap to a single point.
Slightly undersized Phoenix on the court now. Anything inside, it's got to be meat and drink to Elksnis and all.
Lufadeju. Sayers puts it back to Lufadeju.
Nice from Flanagan. Become one of his trademark moves. Defender doesn't know whether to stick a twist. Just a little fade-away baseline jumper. Nothing but string.
Inside to Elksnis again.
Elksnis on the wrong side of the defender again. That's twice he's got him baseline. Basket side. He's come off good both times.
It's a mismatch really with Sayers in there trying to defend it.
That's what I'm saying.
Lufadeju drives. Bankovic called there for a pull on the elbow of Lufadeju as he drove to the hoop.
Yeah, there was contact before the block. Chance for Disraeli Lufadeju to open it up again. Just a 1 point gap in it now. As we said at the top of the show, the Giants come into this game, they've got to be pumped for this. Desperate for their first win of the season. And what better way to make that win on Derby Day?
Quite, and they're giving a very good account of themselves at the moment.
Absolutely.
Lufadeju 2 of 2.
The big derby on at the moment as well. There's
another Manchester.
Little Manchester one going on the other end of the 56 as we speak, but I can't see there's many people interested in that one.
Bankovitz again, all string, and the scores are even. No?
So
Well, it must be a long two because it's only 32-31.
Yeah.
Mockford.
Flanagan picks up his third foul there as well, so he's going to be taking a rest. And the same combo. PJC driving inside, dishes out to Lewis Sayers from the corner, and no mistake. His second triple of the night.
Elksnis inside to Ulf. Hands it off to Callum Jones. Bankovitz. Bankovitz got his shot off just as the 24-second buzzer went.
Oh, sold him one there. Oh, Israeli couldn't do what Sayers has been doing.
And Hudson puts the ball out to Bankovitz. He
His
drops
third triple of the night.
another triple.
Reduces the deficit to just one again.
Sayers to Mockford.
Oh, beautiful from Ben Mockford.
Turn and shot.
He got some height on that jump as well.
Bankovitz. Referee spotted an offensive foul by Bankovitz there. It's an illegal use of the feet today because Hudson has been so impressive.
Yeah.
Is able to take over without any noticeable weakening of the team.
It's a nice addition for the Giants because it just takes that bit of pressure off Callum, as we said.
Yeah. That time the shot didn't work, it was short, and Elksnis was able to pull it off the ring. Oh.
Well, backward back. Oh! Oh, it's like a circus out there. Dear me. No one can get hold of the thing.
A bar of soap being used instead of a basketball there.
Yeah.
About 5 or 6 losses of possession between the two of them. Elksnis manages to retrieve. James Jones puts it out to Alf. Callum Jones just manages to get his shot off. And Hayes and Gordon between them pull in the rebound just as the shot clock was about to run down.
Be interesting to see that last passage of play on the stats cast. The turnovers, steals, whatever you like.
Hayes. Again, the advantage of being a lefty in that situation. Just managed to get round his defender.
I think that's
lay the ball in.
I think that's going to be the favourable angle of attack for Jalen Hayes. You've seen David Ulf is up to the challenge. Big physical battle. This time, let's say, just because of that left-hand advantage, just manages to make that count this time. It's a tired shot there from David Ulf.
It was low and short.
Yeah. Oh, great play from Ben Mockford. That was superb.
Well, absolutely centimetre perfect pass into the cutting Hayes. There's some tangling of limbs going on there.
Here we go again.
And this time it's Bankovitz who is called for the unsportsmanlike foul on Jackson Cartwright.
Yeah, I think that was the case. It was just a grab, wasn't it?
It was.
No attempt to go for the ball at all.
And I think he was upset by a previous
not getting
situation
the call.
that he ought to have got the call. Jackson Cartwright puts away the first and the second, and they will get, once the Giants timeout is through, they will get
Self and Fuller both on 3. along with DeMonte Flanagan for the Phoenix. Jack Hudson back on as well to renew his duel with PJC. Oh! PJC just stuck that through the legs of...
Yeah. Just some discussion.
Give it 30%. The 2-point range, 17 from 25 for the Phoenix, and against 15 from 23 for the Giants. So I'd say not a great deal in it at all. And in terms of other stats, rebounds absolutely neck and neck, 16 apiece and 14 assists apiece. So yeah, just that 9 points really is the main difference.
Elksnis lines up a shot, hits the ring. Jackson Cartwright retrieves. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, it's all right. We'll see if Giants can continue the way they played in the first half. And the battle on the ball at the moment is continuing. PJC and Jack Hudson. That was a well taken rebound by DeMonte Flanagan, one-handed. Just couldn't convert it over Ronalds Elksnis.
Flanagan back on course.
Oh, lovely play between Hayes and Flanagan, and this time Hayes turns provider.
Yep. I think that one's out of the...
Hayes and Mockford, I should say, not Hayes and Flanagan.
Out of the
Hayes.
Training manual.
Absolutely, Mockford this time with the backdoor cut. Jalen Hayes found him beautifully.
Jackson Cartwright on the rebound again. Hayes pushes it out to Mockford.
Oh.
And Jackson Cartwright, given the time and space, lines it up. And that's 3.
Wasn't quite as intended. I think the ball was supposed to be going over to Ben Mockford in the corner pocket. Hayes intercepted it, acknowledged that on the way back out.
Hudson loses Sayers, puts it inside to Callum Jones, who again turns, and that jumper, in it goes. 56-44, Jackson Cartwright on the ball. Sayers. Mockford to Jackson Cartwright. Flanagan.
Oh, unlucky. Just got that first step on him.
Yeah. Shot was... and he was too close to the basket for that shot, particularly. There's Callum Jones. Referee calls that as a
Giants ball.
Ball.
I think that was Elksnis who whacked that one straight out.
Yeah.
See that on the
James Jones finds Hudson. Gets a bit of a bump from Cartwright there. Don't think it was intentional, but he dropped his shoulder into him. Hudson. That's Jackson Cartwright's 3rd foul as well.
Lovely move from Hudson there. Finds
Ulf, who buries it.
Yeah. Went up with intent. Drew the foul on Hayes as well.
If Ulf succeeds with this one, it will bring the gap to single figures again, which he does. 56-47. 7.5 minutes to play in the 3rd. Flanagan finds Mockford, who is fouled by James Jones. Mockford's trying to plead the case that he was shooting.
PJC did well there to keep that in front court. And then
but that's not such an inspired pass at all. James Jones takes it, and then Hayes
great
picks
steal.
that out. Always one to play the drama. Mockford's shot, I think, rolls slowly round the ring before it drops in.
I think there was a little bit of guilt there from Jalen Hayes from that previous play where he intercepted the ball going to Mockford. Otherwise, another day I think he was down court for the slam himself.
Gets his own rebound there and manages to put a more difficult shot in under pressure from 3 defenders.
Deserved that, worked hard for that.
Callum Jones to James Jones. He's got a peach of a 3-point shot as well, and he has had for a number of years. So both Jones boys bringing out the classical 3-point shooting.
Smart play as well from James, just bumped Ben Mockford off. Knew exactly what he was doing, just bought himself that half a yard of space. Great drive from Flanagan there, Roundel.
Yeah, found a lot of space and laid it in with his left hand. Callum Jones under pressure from Sayers. James Jones has got it and he kicks the ball out. Ball hits the ring. Alf is able to rebound and roll the ball in. Some very half-hearted rebounding by the Phoenix there, I think.
Non-existent. He went up on his own there, David Ulf.
Yeah. Flanagan.
The last 6 points, I think, for Phoenix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Flanagan.
Hudson kicks the ball out to Elksnis, who lines it up.
Yeah, an eternity, absolute eternity to...
right to his mother, tell him when it was coming.
Again, refusing still to go away. Bring it back to single figures. DeMonte Flanagan decides he's going to do it on his own. That's the last 8 points for the Phoenix.
To show how much they missed him when he was off because of his 3 early fouls.
Yeah. And Elksnis working hard underneath the basket
finds
there as well.
Finds the space. From the corner pocket, Jackson Cartwright slides home the 3. Alf. Puts it in simple, straightforward, uncomplicated and effective.
Yeah. Keeps it down to 10 as well. Foul off the ball there. Ronalds Elksnis. Jalen Hayes. Giants timeout. 6 minutes gone of this 3rd quarter. Is lying tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yeah. Mockford to inbound. It's with Jackson Cartwright. Finds Sayers. Hits the ring.
Huge rebound
from Flanagan.
Oh, fails to convert it.
Gordon almost picks up the 2nd defensive rebound. Small loose ball again. Hudson and Jackson Cartwright entangled again. Block there from Ulf as Mockford went to the hole. And Ulf is able to roll the ball over the ring again.
That was a great block on Mockford. Great block on Mockford, down low there. Kept his cylinder, defensive cylinder well. Showed no way through.
Coach Donaldson to Monty Flanagan's ear there, despite the fact he scored the majority of the Phoenix's points in this quarter. Mockford finds Louis Sayers, hits the ring again, and the ball comes out and Hudson is bringing the ball forward for the Giants.
Flanagan, the game's top scorer at the moment on 17. Oh, great drive again from Jack Hudson.
He just genuinely doesn't realise he's supposed to be intimidated by all these big names, does he? He's just playing his own game there, and mighty effective it is as well.
Absolutely. Superb performance.
And DeMonte Flanagan called for his 4th foul, an offensive foul there.
Takes the charge as well.
So Flanagan on 4 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the third to go. Ben Mockford also sitting down, mouthing to himself, clearly frustrated.
Yeah.
Hudson finds Bankovitz. James Jones puts it into Bankovitz, and Jackson Cartwright is able to rebound. James Jones shoulder into Jackson Cartwright, sends him into the pizza seats.
I was going to say, you fancied a slice, didn't you? But a pizza reaction. Sorry.
The referee's to technical view for that. Another shot that's short. Hudson able to rebound, sets the Giants forward, go forward again. James Jones to Bankovitz, finds Elksnis, into Ali Fuller. Ball is round the ring and out. And as I said, in time of the last timeout.
Oh, nice.
Back come the Giants again, but a 3 from Hayes makes a difference. Fideju called for the foul on Hudson there. Hudson feeling a bit tender after it by the look of it. Fideju doesn't agree with the verdict. However, Giants retain possession. Hudson. Pass was too strong for Fuller. It bounces off him and runs out, and it's the Phoenix 2 inbound again. Gordon. Jackson Cartwright again. Looks to find a space, finds Hayes, who is mugged by a combination of Fuller and Elksnis.
Elksnis is the call. This is second. Sure, Coach Byrne would be happy at that, because that was in Fuller's 4th if it had been called on him.
Hayes on the line, 51 seconds of the quarter left. Hayes converts the first. And the second. And the lead goes up to 11 again. Fideju pressurising Hudson.
Takes Jalen Hayes on to 20 points, game high.
Bankovitz to Elksnis. Back to Bankovitz again, looking for the opening.
Good D from the Phoenix. All of a sudden, that intensity seems to have stepped up. I don't think that's any coincidence that Disraeli Fideju is back on court. Which seems to be the case.
James Jones to Bankovitz. Gets a screen from his fellow Latvian. Hudson. Ball's loose. shot clock and game clock pretty much synchronised, and Jackson Cartwright on the ball looking for an opening. Jackson Arguez is taking a seat, and Elksnis is returning to the fray. Zach Powell will inbound from the side to Callum Jones. Again, looking to find the space for himself.
Oh, superbly well there, Callum Jones. Gets the M1 as well.
Is it just in the last 2 or 3 offences that the Giants have had? Seems to me that Callum Jones has decided that the surest way to score is for him to do it himself, because he's taken on the entire Phoenix defence the last 3 offences.
And the direct route as well.
And showing just what he can do.
Absolutely.
But he misses the bonus, and Farrah Gordon pulls it off the glass.
Easiest shot he's had in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, quite. First one certainly unopposed.
Yeah.
Hayes to Flanagan. Thinks about the shot, and a push called on Zach Powell. A bit of a Freudian slip there, I'm sorry about that, as he attempted to stop Cartwright finding space.
He got tangled up there, didn't he?
Yeah, but Giants in the penalty, so it sends Jackson Cartwright to the line. And Phoenix are into the 90s. They lead by 91 to 75. Just 5 minutes and some small change left to play. Powell.
Oh, somehow got through to Fuller.
Not sure that that's where it was intended, but it's where it's ended up.
The bank of it will claim the assist on that one.
Yeah. Flanagan.
Oh, good steal from Callum Jones, forced DeMonte Flanagan into the travel.
Powell bringing the ball up. Elksnis spins away from Hayes. He was too close to the basket there and he couldn't twist his shot in. And Hayes comes away with it. Takes it all the way himself. Crashed out of play with what you might call an emphatic rejection there by Ali Fuller. Flanagan. Hayes. Jackson Cartwright again. Short this time. Nobody in there for the offensive rebound. And the Giants come away again. Bankovitz. Left-handed layup, just to
really?
Yeah. Switched from his right to his left in his final stride and put it in. Because he's obviously listening in, Mark.
Right,
Hayes winds up his three-point shot and it misses.
Powell
rebounds. Tries to go round Jackson Cartwright. Stumbles a bit.
Looking for the double dribble there. I think he had a case.
Elksnis fades away, but it's Flanagan who can pull the ball off the glass, and Sayers is bringing the ball forward for the Phoenix. Callum Jones tries to pick his pocket, doesn't work. And a defensive move which would have looked out of place at Murrayfield this afternoon. Powell and Fuller take a seat, and the ex-Liverpool contingent, Hudson and Alf, come back in.
A look on Jones's face, so he felt that one.
Yeah. Jackson Cartwright.
The full weight of TJC on him.
There are worse fates on this course. Both good.
Takes me back to the early on in the game and seeing Fuller coming through like the steam of steam train. It's parting of the waves. No one brave enough to take that charge.
Yeah. Substitutions by the Phoenix sees a rare reappearance of Ben Mockford on court, and Luffadejou as well. Elksnis to Callum Jones, to Jack Hudson, to Bankovitz. Elksnis finds Callum Jones again. Bankovitz, air ball. Luffadejou can't control Hayes' pass, so he slows it back down again. Flanagan drives, has the ball blocked by David Alf, and Hudson comes through again. And Bankovitz is able to lay the ball in. Just over 2 minutes to go. Giants on the way back again, but they trail by 12. Mockford tries to find Flanagan. Hayes called for his fourth foul, and David Alf will go to the line for 2.
A bit of a tough call on Jalen Hayes there. He looked very aggrieved at that. Both can pull a deficit back down to 10. Successful with his first. It's going to give us another last interesting 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
Gets them both, and it's a 10-point game.
Still, the Giants won't go away. Tension just notched up a little there in the EPSV arena.
Hayes, Mockford.
Got clock down to 3, it's got to go.
Flanagan's got to shoot. Hits the ring. Comes out on the Giants side. Callum Jones had actually wrong-footed Flanagan there. Bankovitz hits the ring. Luffadejou is called for the foul, and Bankovitz will go to the line for 3 shots.
The Giants have shown in the last few weeks that they just don't go away. They've got better and better. Tended to fade away a little bit earlier in the season. Well, I think that was down to the lack of depth.
Yeah.
Coach Burns has recruited, obviously, in the last month or 2. Much deeper bench now. As you can see, they're managing to fight right to the death. Good with his first 2.
And his third.
To convert all 3. And as we say, the press is on.
Mockford makes sure the ball is over within the 8 seconds.
Big play now for the Phoenix. They've got to make this count. Shot clock down to 5.
And Elksnis called for a foul, which will send Luffadejou to the line for 2.
And that's his 5th and disqualifying foul.
And Callum Jones can't believe that wasn't called as a travelling offence.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he didn't travel, but with being gently shoved by Bankovitz, Luffadejou had little choice, I feel.
Jack Hudson's last play for tonight. What a superb game he's had. Keeping Parker Jackson Cartwright unchecked. pretty much for most of the night.
And
he's had his work cut out tonight. He knows he's been in a game.
He's been positive as well.
Yeah.
On the offensive side.
Absolutely.
Hudson, I think he's been an absolute revelation.
Yeah.
There's the
quick reply from Callum Jones. The lead still at 7. Just under 40 seconds to go.
And Callum Jones committing the inevitable foul on Lufadeju there.
Coach Thomas asking for an intentional there, and I think he had a case. Again, it was just a lunge at the player, just a grab.
Well, it was
no intention for the ball.
Not a lot different from the intentional in the
Bankovic.
First half in Bankovic in the first half,
right.
as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Is it just that perhaps the referees think more about it down the stretch?
Well, who knows? Who knows? Cool, calm head needed. As far as the Phoenix are concerned, and that's exactly what they've got in the last 2 trips to the paint.
Lufadeju 4-on-4 for those. Bankovic unleashes from downtown. And Hayes grabs the ball and runs into the, once again, inevitable foul. Once again from, this time from David Ulf, just for a change. So Jalen Hayes will go to the line. 25 seconds to play after the ball is in play again. Hayes manages 2 as well, so that's 6 out of 6.
Dropping for the Giants.
That, I think, will be it. And Lufadeju plays the final seconds down.